Oh my god.
Sorry, that was my fault.
Yeah, it happens. Oh, I have the metronome on. Okay.
There we go. Now I'm all settled.
Very, very quiet. Very, very succinct. Almost like a ninja.
Yeah, you would have never heard me coming.
I swear. Like I could just see the blue hair like sprouting from your roots for a second.
I don't even know what that means, but yeah.
Like ninja, like the Fortnite.
Oh,
player.
yeah.
I was like making it. It's a joke.
He's on. Does he still play Fortnite? He's a TikTok streamer now.
What? No.
You can look him up on TikTok. I bet he's live.
Well, yeah, but don't people usually like do streams like while they're on TikTok? It's usually like a Twitch stream or something.
I don't think that's
and TikTok's
allowed.
like a supplementary.
If you're on Twitch, I don't think you're allowed to stream anywhere else. They have exclusive rights.
Yes, that's true. Contracts, but I think Ninja announced he would be streaming on all platforms.
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
No, Ninja's above the rules. How could I forget? You know.
That's true. Yeah, he he breaks all the rules. He gets a sick double kill bot lane and then has his braless wife give him a sandwich unasked for.
Hey, he didn't
It's
ask
crazy.
for it. That was crazy.
It is insane.
I need some of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but how have you been doing?
In pain. Guess what I got done on Thursday?
I don't know.
I don't know if you can hear it in my talking or see it on my teeth.
No.
I got Invisalign.
Invisalign. Holy crap.
Yeah, it was painful. I mean, not putting it on, but like, you know how Invisalign works?
Yeah, like, is it just like a dull ache, like after having it on for a while?
Yeah, it's like a retainer. I mean, that's basically what it is. So they put like chips on my teeth.
Yeah.
And then they like stick it on so it sticks there, and it just slowly like pulls the teeth apart.
Yeah.
Like, from just sitting there. But like, you know, after like an hour of like having it on, you're in so much pain. Like, it's like, oh my god, I want to take it off so bad.
That sounds awful.
And then you eat, and you have to take the retainer off, and it hurts to take it off, and then it hurts to eat, hurts to put it back on. The pain has subsided now because that was like 3 days ago I got it on.
Yeah.
But I have to do that again next week. Every Thursday I got to put a new
and
retainer.
it happens like it's a cycle every week. It just gets like it's like it kind of tapers down and then immediately like, okay, back to just awful pain.
Once I'm normal again, I have to put a new one on, and then it's gonna be even tighter than this one. So I just you know.
That's crazy.
I have to do that for 27 weeks, and that's round 1.
Round 1?
Yeah. Then I got to go for round 2, which is gonna fix my open bite. You know what an open bite is?
Is it like an overbite? Like
put your teeth together? Like, yeah. No, you don't have an open bite. An open bite, it can cause an overbite.
Oh.
Is whenever I put my teeth together like this, and my tongue can still stick. There's like a hole. Like, watch.
Oh. I've never even noticed that.
It's because I mean it's not noticeable.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
Most people have it worse, but like it's just kind of when your teeth like are like that kind of. You know what I mean? Like the front teeth don't touch.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to. So that's the whole reason I got this, because it was causing me to have unfortunate grinding on my back teeth.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
So my back teeth are like flat. My fang teeth are like flat too.
I could see that.
Yeah, and it's kind of embarrassing.
Is it not painful at all? It's just kind of a thing that
they're just flat.
That's true, because people do file their teeth. You're right.
Yeah, it's because I grinded them down. So they were like, we need to do this as like an emergency. Like, you are going to like break your tooth if you do not like fix the overbite or like fix the overbite, because it'll fix that eventually in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
Good news, I have a retainer to protect my teeth now. So.
That's true.
Bad news is it kind of pain. It affects my speech. Can you hear it in my voice now? Now that I brought it up,
it might just be a little placebo for me, but maybe your S's are like a little different.
Strange, right?
a little strange.
Strange.
A little strange. Oh, that reminds me. Well, this didn't happen super recently, but I remember one time, I don't know why, I was saying a theory out loud, like the word a theory, like MatPat, game theory, whatever.
Yeah.
But
gotta bring that up in a second. Don't let me forget about that.
Okay. Are you talking about the new channel?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We'll talk about that in a second. But I said it out loud, and my phone, Siri, answered.
I'm surprised it didn't go off right there.
I know. It's probably because I didn't say hey in front of it. But she said, hello? Or like yes, what is it? Or something. And I was like, for a second, I was just confused because I didn't realize that what I had said could be interpreted as somebody saying, hey, Siri, just with a lisp. So that was pretty funny. I was like, hey, that's... I didn't think that would ever happen, but cool.
Yeah.
That they're accommodating for people with lisps. So that's... I don't know how they make that distinction, though.
Doesn't it do like a voice recognition when you start Siri? Like
oh my god, you're right.
Yeah, so it knows your pattern. So I mean, it'll be like, this guy don't got a lisp. Don't sign it. That's true.
But it did activate, so it's not perfect. Dang.
Steve Jobs, if you're... Oh wait, no.
Steve Jobs.
If you're listening from above.
Tim Cook, I think, is the CEO
Yeah,
currently.
sorry, Tim Cook, if you're listening, you already know the problem. You know?
Yeah. You just let him cook a little longer.
Yeah.
Let him cook a little.
He'll make something.
That's true.
Yeah. Anyways, Matt Pat. Right?
Uh-huh.
What do you
Style
think?
theory.
I thought it was fashion theory.
No, it's style theory.
Style theory. What do you think?
I think it's cool. I've actually in the shower before you showed up and starting to film this.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching his the videos. I was binge watching the videos from the new channel because I just wanted to.
From style theory?
Yeah. Yeah.
How were they? Do you trust his judgment with stuff?
I think so. I mean, it's not purely his judgment either. Obviously, it's a team of people working on them and doing research and like collaborating.
Yeah.
So I do. I mean, I don't really watch game theory anymore, or film theory for that matter. But food and now style, I think, are probably my two main ones because it's just I don't know. I find it entertaining, pretty informative, and just overall like a good watch, especially to wind down after like doing something.
I haven't seen it yet. Is it like him voicing it, or is it like mostly other people?
No, it's him voicing it.
Okay.
I think the first video they ever uploaded for that channel had to do with seeing if like shoes could be used as a viable weapon. And spoiler alert, skip ahead, I don't know, 15 seconds if you don't want to listen to this. They use a stiletto at the very end, and it just goes straight through like a ballistic skull with gel.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay,
like just
so
straight through.
wait, I thought fashion theory was about like dressing.
Yeah, but it's just it really just anything that has to do at least somewhat with clothes, or like style, like makeup, whatever fashion. Like there was one video that he did revolving around pockets and how or why women's pockets may be shorter than men's.
Their pants are tighter.
Not necessarily, because men also had very skinny jeans, super skinny jeans, which I used to wear.
Oh, you did?
I used to wear them.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was like sophomore year for a little bit, but now all I wear is sweats, so it doesn't matter to me. But yeah, regardless, they are still on average like 40 something and like 30% taller and wider than females, regardless of whether they're super skinny or not. So it's just
purses. It's our purse, right?
Part of it was the purse industry. That was a third of the reason that he proposed that it may be possible.
Big bag, big purse.
Big bag. Big bag.
Big bag.
Big bags making the big bags.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to say it without just sounding like I'm saying big bag randomly.
Yeah, big bag.
Big pharma, big purse. Yeah. They're on the lookout.
Big purse. Literally, have a big purse.
Yeah.
Part of big purse. No, but yeah. So it's fun. I really have just been binge watching that for the past few hours. Or not a few hours, because I don't think it's that much content. But like about an hour and a half before we started this. It was cool. I don't think I had very like high hopes for it. I didn't really expect much from it. I saw the logo. The logo's a little weird because
it's a suit tux, right?
It's a suit. Yeah, it's a tuxedo, and I don't mind that. But it's using two different shades of blue for the logo, while every other logo for their channels only has a single bold color surrounded by the black void. Yeah. So it's kind of throwing me off there. It looks like a little too much like a little graphic that you would just find on like Google or what's it called, like Google Slides, or what's it called? No, like PowerPoint or something. Just like something you could like bring up really fast.
Yeah, like a copyright free thing.
Yeah, it looks for me it leaves something to be desired. But in terms of like the videos, I really have been like I've been digging them. Yeah. Oh, voice crack. It happens. It's okay. That happens to me all the time.
Yeah, no, I was watching like a TikTok about him. They were like, I wish he would have did music theory or something. Like everybody was saying like they wish he would have did some other theory.
Yeah.
And I was like, and they haven't even seen it yet, right? Like I didn't even know he was out with videos yet. But
yeah, I didn't. Again, like I said, I didn't expect much from the channel, especially just based off of the logo. So I didn't watch anything yesterday, but today I started watching the videos, and it's like it's the same. It's still him. It's still his video. It's still like his style of content, which is pretty fun, pretty lighthearted, very like very easy on your.
Oh, I can't wait for the animatronic episode where he's like, it's like you got to dress up in the Chucky suit, so he's gonna fashion theory fursuits. But then
Oh,
he'll work his way in
exactly.
with like Five Nights at Freddy's, and it'll be
Yeah.
like a crossover.
It will be
episode.
actually, yeah. No, there's no way they're not going to do something like that.
Yeah, they have
Eventually,
to, and
they're going to.
he's gonna say something like, oh yeah, most fursuits have like a mouth thing where you can like like do you know about that
Yeah.
where you can like move the mouth, and he's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be
like a
like, and
little.
that's how the bite of 87 happens. So if we refer to that, and then he's gonna click on this video if you want to see more about this. Right?
Yeah, there's no way they're not going to, dude. It's just guaranteed.
It's inevitable.
Yeah. There was for the actual stiletto video, like for the very first shoe video that they did,
Mhm.
they got the skull, like the size, like the what do you call it? The
Cranium.
yeah, but the accurate, like the true to life, I think is what I was looking for. True to life skull, fit with like actual like
Oh.
like serious like bone structure of an actual human skull with like ballistic jaw on the outside, like to be as accurate as possible. They got it from a channel that I haven't heard of, or like a company, I guess, that I haven't heard of in very, very many years. Like it just, I completely forgot they existed. Zombie Go Boom. Do you know what Zombie Go Boom was?
I have no idea what that is.
No. Well, it's basically, it used to be. I haven't looked them up since I saw the video, and again, I haven't watched any of their content or heard anything about them in the past like 7 years. So it's been a while, but they would do. I don't know if they still do. Maybe they do. I don't know how they would have already evolved their content past that point though. They used very true to life accurate skulls and basically or had them painted with like zombie faces, or like just made them imitate zombies and use like homemade or like DIY weapons against them.
Yeah.
And
oh, I think I do know what you're talking about.
Maybe.
And it was like back when The Walking Dead was big, right?
Probably, yeah.
And they were like, would a katana actually be good for slicing through? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Just like, or not just like, but in a similar vein as who was it? It's a crazy Russian hacker or whatever, right?
Oh, like FPS Russia.
FPS no, FPS Russia would shoot a bunch of stuff. That was his big thing.
Mm-hmm.
The crazy Russian hacker would just like do crazy things for no reason. And I guess it's kind of like similar to Zombie Boom, except their whole shtick was, we're gonna do crazy random things, but we're gonna use it to see if we can murder a zombie, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
So that really brought me back for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fun. Once again, we didn't again plan anything out or write anything or do anything in advance. So awesome, yay us talking about. So what else would you like to talk about? Any current events going on?
Current events? I don't really keep up that much with current events. I mean, if I do, they're kind of like in one ear out the other.
Okay.
Unless it's like something like big, like like new president or something crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as
like Obama,
huh?
Like Obama, like the first black president.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's president. Yeah.
He's still president. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So I just finished watching the final season of The Walking Dead. It just came out on air.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I gotta record. I didn't have time to. There wasn't enough space on my TV to record.
Have you played Black Ops 1? It just came out.
Dude, zombies mode?
Yeah, it's like hidden. Like you have to finish the campaign, and then he's like, "Time and the world do not stand still." It's like
exactly
presidents.
And then, okay, we're gonna stop the little bit for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Is the arcade like parody in Black Ops 1 or 2? I forgot. It's like the twin stick shooter.
Oh, Dead Ops Arcade. Yeah. That's in 1.
1? Okay.
1 and 3.
Dang. I was gonna make a joke about Dead Ops Arcade being in Black Ops 1, but I wasn't sure, so I just had to, stop the bit for a second.
Well, speaking of zombies, right? We were talking about whenever I mentioned The Walking Dead just now, it brought me back to like, it was like, I don't want to say 8th grade, maybe 9th grade. No, it was maybe 8th grade, 7th grade, right? I was a kid.
Okay.
My friend recommended me this book. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It was like a bestseller, but everything's a bestseller,
That's true. Except I've heard that it's like a little club. Like you have to know people to get into the New York Times bestseller.
Yeah. But if you know someone, then you're in.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's a book. It was called like How to Survive the Zombie Apocalypse. It was like a tutorial book. It was like a manual almost.
Okay.
And I thought it was so funny because like some of the stuff in there, it made a lot of sense, and then some of the stuff made no sense, right? But one of the most common sense thing that I feel like everybody misses out on in a zombie apocalypse is like how to not get bit, right? Like what you need to wear as a clothing item, Right. So what would you wear in a zombie apocalypse? And I'll tell you at the end like what it's recommending. What's the first thing you think of when you're like, oh, I need to be protected from a zombie? But
a suit of armor.
Suit of armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something hard, something tough.
Okay. Anything else? Those are like.
What? No, that's like an unrealistic thing. You
Yeah.
know?
No.
But realistically, I don't know. Yeah, I would. Why can't I think of anything? Everything's like cloth, right?
There's one that usually a lot of people think of.
I would think of a similar material to those like those stab resistant gloves.
I don't even know if that was a thing when that book came out.
Maybe not. I don't know.
You want me to say what it is?
Chainmail. I don't know.
Chainmail is one of them.
Actually. Okay, sweet.
It's leather.
Leather.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like you can't really bite through leather.
Yeah, depends on the type of leather though.
See, that's what they said too, because they were like, okay, so most people will think of leather, right? They went in an order, right? You went in the exact opposite reverse order.
Nice.
Right? So they were like, leather, you can wear it, but like, assuming these zombies are like not human anymore, they can use like the full strength of your jaw. You know how like our body holds us back, break teeth.
Yeah.
We could chew through leather. Like it's definitely possible.
Yeah.
So I mean, leather won't do right in a zombie apocalypse. I mean, it'll protect you a little bit, like just from a scrape.
Yeah, it'll be like a really like thin layer of defense. Like,
yeah.
It'll get you by in a scrape, but aside from that, it's like it's not good for consistent use, right?
Yeah. And they also said it's very warm. So that's one of the downsides. Right?
Oh yeah.
Then they were like, okay, well the next best option is a suit of armor, like a knight's armor, right?
Yes.
They were like, that is unrealistic. Knight's armor is weighed like 200 pounds, and like you cannot wear that in the summer because you fry inside.
Yeah, actually, you'll be cooked.
Yeah. If you're like in the cold, you will freeze. Like,
that's true.
And like it is so noisy too. It's like you will attract everything in near you.
Yeah.
So they were like, the next best thing, chainmail, which you brought up.
Chainmail.
Chainmail is a lightweight version of armor. They can't bite through it.
No, because it's like chain links.
Yeah. So like they'll just push it into your skin. You'll get bruised, and you might get. I guess the chain might cut you, but their teeth won't.
Exactly.
But chainmail is still very heavy for a full set, and it's hard to find. You have to maintain it. It doesn't rust. Rust, it chips.
Oh,
so
yeah.
This is the one that like I never even thought about, and I don't know how they thought about it. You want to know the best defense against zombies?
I don't know why I thought wood, but I know it's not wood. What is it?
It's very lightweight. It's a scuba suit, like a scuba diving suit. You know what I mean? Like a wetsuit.
Yeah, a wetsuit.
Because those will not tear. They are waterproof. They will never tear. They're made of like extremely thick nylon or something like that.
Really?
It is impossible to like cut through them. Like they have to have like extremely special knives to cut through them. They're weather resistant no matter what. Like in the warm, it'll keep you cool. In the cool, it'll keep you warm. And all you got to do is just wear it underneath like a jumpsuit.
That's
underneath your normal clothes. Yeah.
That's so cool.
And I was like, the only vulnerable spot is like your face, like the hole. And I was like, that is such a good idea. Like I watch all these zombie movies. They're in like malls or something. And they never buy a scuba suit. They never go to the store and like, oh, there's a scuba suit.
But would there be scuba suits in the mall?
Would there not be? Like in like, I don't know.
I've never seen a scuba suit in my life.
No, never mind. Maybe there would be. Right, but I mean, I don't know. You would think
maybe
that
like if you go to like academy or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I would think that eventually somebody would find them. Like in World War Z, you know.
Oh, definitely. People would have them.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't think most people's, especially like in those movies, because some of them are kind of dumb sometimes.
A little bit.
Just people in general would think, I need a scuba suit to protect myself.
Yeah, I mean, like I would never have thought of that until I read it, and I was like, that is such a good idea, But like that book was so crazy. It was kind of silly, because it would never happen, but it talked about it like it would happen.
Yeah.
And it says in the beginning, it's like, we're going to talk about this like a scientific experiment. Best ways to kill them, best ways to survive, where to go.
Treat it like an inevitability. Inevitability. There you go.
And it talked about like runners versus like walkers, like what to do in each scenario.
Yeah.
Apparently walkers are more dangerous.
Why?
Clump. And like if they spread, so like,
oh, true.
If they're like a good enough distance apart, you can't go through them because they'll like all like kind of surround you in an awkward pace.
It's like a like an unfortunate reality in the real world, which is like what's the term? Why can't I think of the word or the event that happened? Holy crap! It's like crowd crushing.
Yeah.
Same thing. Same premise, I guess. That's insane.
Yeah, and then they said if there's runners, eventually they'll just break their legs because like their bones will deteriorate. So I mean, after like a week or 2 weeks.
Oh my god, you're right. He would just have to survive the first month, maybe, give or take.
A month is pushing it, to be honest, because they're not eating anything. They're not getting any nutrients.
And then, well, do they need nutrients though? They're just dead.
That is true. But I mean, they're still putting in work. Matter's got to be consumed. It's got to be changed.
Yeah.
Cannot be created or destroyed. I don't know. It was a funny book. I thought it was very silly, but it was in a good way silly. But the scuba suit really caught me off guard. I was like, that is a great idea. Nobody ever thought about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. Your matter can't be created or destroyed thing reminded me of something. I just finished watching Puss in Boots yesterday.
Oh, was it good?
I loved it. You haven't seen it, then,
no?
Right? No.
I've seen the meme. Pick it up. Pick it up. You know that thing?
Yeah. I think. Well, I remember the moment. I haven't seen the meme though. But yeah, I loved the movie. It was so fun, so good. It was like this story wise, it was great. It was genuinely a very good story. The comedy, which can't be said for a lot of like animated movies, especially that would be aimed at children as well, was on point. Like, it's not just me being a kid and like, you know, having a kid brain and being like haha fart, because I don't think they had a haha fart joke. It was just a very funny, very cool, also very like introspective and like what would you call it? A very what's the term? Existential movie.
Yeah, it's about death, right?
Dealing with death is like Puss's main conflict. Like, literally, as like he's being chased and hunted by death itself, and also the concept of death facing it. There's this one scene where he has a panic attack.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah.
One.
It's not like anything super crazy or super serious, but he's like actually just hyperventilating, and it's insane to just see that in a kid's movie and be like, holy crap, you know, this is real. This is it resonated, and I'm sure has resonated with tons of people, and it was very good. I absolutely loved it. I totally watched it legally.
Totally legally. Yeah, for sure. I wasn't doubting you for a second. You know?
Yeah,
we got him. Bring in the SWAT team.
Crap.
They'll be waiting outside after the podcast. They said they'll let me
finish. Yeah, okay, that's fine. At least they'll let me do that before I go to prison for infringing on somebody's on a company's IP.
Unless you narc with me, then you might be able to get off some time.
Okay, it was my 47th cousin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we can get that in paper though.
Yeah, he knows the guy, and I don't know the guy, but it's my 47th cousin.
But could you get your 47th cousin to tell you the guy?
Yeah.
Okay, then you're fine.
Sweet.
We'll work it out after. We'll do the paperwork after.
Okay. Moving on, since I'm a free man now.
Yeah.
Did you hear?
Wait! You never gave your rating for Puss in Boots out of 10?
Oh, I didn't. Okay. Like a 9.
Like a 9?
It is really good.
I got one question though. Something at the end. So spoilers. Skip ahead 20 seconds. Okay. Okay. I'm guessing you've all skipped ahead. Is Shrek in the end credits or finale?
I didn't see him.
Really?
There was like an epilogue scene or like kind of end credits, but he just he like goes back to far away land or whatever it's called.
See?
No.
Okay. Anyways, moving on. So you're back. We're back now. All right.
Yes, we are back.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Honestly, I didn't have anything to say.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, have you seen, and then like take a good 5 seconds to think of something to say. But I don't know. I really don't. I'm kind of. Oh. Yes, we're back. The camera died. Sorry. Or not, it didn't die. It just stopped recording. I ran a 5K last week.
You did?
I did run a 5K.
How long is that?
It's only like 3 miles. It's
only
not crazy.
3 miles?
Yeah.
I'm not a runner, so that's like...
I'm not either. The only reason I did it was because it's for a foundation in the name of my late English teacher. My late 8th grade English teacher, who was also my 7th grade like academic pentathlon, which is kind of just like a mini version of like the decathlon, which is like a smart person sport thing, basically. So yeah, he was the head of that for my 7th and 8th grade years in intermediate, and he was my 8th grade English teacher, and he was dope, really cool, very nice, very smart, kind, patient, and also young, which is unfortunate. Cancer sucks, but it's a harsh reality for lots of people, like people who live in East Palestine, Ohio.
Mm. Oh,
The
I
the
forgot
Ohio
about
Train
that.
Derailment. I've known about it for like about a week or so, or maybe a little more.
Mm.
The only reason I found out is because Hassan had covered it whenever it was like breaking news. But yeah, speaking of teeth hurting, some people have reported their teeth just hurting in the area.
No way.
Yeah.
But
No, there's going to be a huge amount of people that get cancer because of it.
probably all over the United States too. It got in the what is it, the Ohio River
The
or
Ohio
something?
River.
Yeah.
So I will see. I don't. It's companies. All companies suck. All big companies suck. But it's just Norfolk Southern is the train company that was responsible for it. It's just you can't even put in $1 billion to get new brakes because that'll potentially affect your bottom line, even though it won't.
Got to spend that on union busting. What do you
And
mean?
they got to spend it on union busting. They got to spend it on stock buybacks. They got to make.
They got to spend it on not their employees.
Yeah, they got to make their executives as rich as possible,
Exactly.
and that's it. Because that's capitalism, baby.
In the grand scheme of things, this crash, killing a few millions? That's little. You know what I mean? That's nothing compared to how much money we could make off of it.
Yeah, it's just the cost of doing business. It's
Really?
it's a necessary trade-off.
Exactly.
And
Did you know? So I don't know if you've been on you're on Twitter, I'm guessing.
No, I'm not.
So on Twitter, there's like this news page that just reports like train crashes and just derailments, I guess, like truck crashes, chemical spills, I guess,
Okay.
from like transport vehicles.
Yeah.
So now they got really big because of the Ohio incident. They got like a ton more followers,
That
and
makes
I've
sense.
seen like a couple other like I guess smaller news organizations just reporting a lot of like truck chemical spills and just all over the U.S.
Well, because they're going to keep happening since the companies themselves aren't going to actually invest in safety measures, or like they want to make things as difficult as possible to maintain because it makes them more money, right? Despite the potential legal costs, despite paying back the victims, which is like literally an insult basically with the amount of money they're like giving them.
Yeah.
It's still cheaper to do that than to actually just invest in brakes.
I have seen people saying though that like people on Twitter, they're like quote retweeting it and they're like, who is causing all of these? This is like some sort of conspiracy. There's like a million, like every day there's a new one.
Yeah.
So in America, there's like over 1,500 like derailments or crashes a year.
Speaking of that, well, this isn't related really, but a really high number of things you wouldn't expect. Water pipe leaks and breakages just in the city of Houston are like in the hundreds of thousands at least.
Really?
Per day. It's crazy. I don't know why. Okay, go back to the derailments.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say like the only reason people are seeing it more now is because news organizations are trying to cover it more now to get more views.
Yeah,
it's like
it's just the cycle of media.
Yeah, and like I've seen people like being like, who's causing all these? Like, why is there a million crashes now? And it's like it's good that it's getting coverage because it's like now maybe we can get some unions on transportation and like some better safety standards. But I mean, I feel kind of weird looking at it now because I took a journalism or like a media literacy class or something.
Yeah.
And they talked about it and they're like, don't believe like there's a bunch more stuff happening just because you're just now seeing it. Like it's always been happening.
It has always been happening.
And like I was like, man, like I feel like I'm seeing behind the curtain. You know what I mean? It's just weird.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely weird, but it's just it's sad. It's sad. It's depressing, and it's just it sucks that the media cycle only I guess takes initiative whenever it's like it's going to be profitable, and like it's guaranteed to get clicks and impressions and like views and people even just like looking at them for a second, right? Same with actual people, actual humans doing crazy things for attention. But I don't really expect the Biden administration,
the Sleepy Joe administration,
the Joe Brandon administration, to do much about it, especially with Pete Buttigieg as the commission or not commission. Is it commissioner of transportation? Is that what it is, or is it head of transportation? Or it's a certain term.
Of commission sounds right.
Yeah, because he's like he's like a wet sock of a politician of anything.
You didn't see him own that Republican? Like,
No.
Dark Brandon came out right there, and he was like, "So we're on the same page then." I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
I think I know Dark Brandon, but
Mhm.
Buttigieg. I mean, they're both wet socks. Most people in the administration are wet socks,
Mhm.
but yeah, Buttigieg is just not. He's like he's a huge lib.
Mhm.
Like a
He needs to get owned. To be honest.
he needs to get owned. He definitely needs to get owned.
Put him in a compilation.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do anything about it. And if they are, it's gonna be like super minor. Like
Yeah.
the administration's actual support of like labor and um and I guess more ethical business practices goes about as far as like him maybe mentioning it during a speech and then that's it, right? It stops after that.
Mhm.
There's no actual action taken, but what do you expect, right?
It is what it is.
Dude's like in his 80s. He yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear that Jimmy Carter was admitted into hospice care?
I did. It was like right after his public appearance too. And he
Really?
looked
I didn't know
awful.
he had a public appearance.
Oh, I think it was his public appearance. I don't know. I may be misinforming
But
everybody.
he does
who's
look like
listening.
a walking.
He recently had a
Yeah.
public appearance, and this was like the day before he got admitted, maybe like yesterday or something, or
Okay.
2 days ago. And he just looked awful. Like, I mean,
No,
I don't
remember.
mean that in a mean way, but you know,
No,
like,
he looks
like a zombie.
yeah, like
Mhm.
he looks like Prince. Who was it?
Prince what's his face
Philip?
before, yeah.
Philip before he passed. It was crazy.
Mhm.
Um,
And then everybody was like in the replies, they were like, "Oh, like this man needs help," or like, "Why are y'all making him do this?" The day after, they were like, "We're keeping him in hospice,
yeah, that's oh my god,
or we are
dude.
releasing him to his family." I don't know what they said.
That's so bad. The weird thing about it is that like last week I was thinking to myself, what's Jimmy Carter doing right now? How
No,
is
you
he?
weren't.
No, I'm serious because I remember this is why.
Mhm.
A few years ago in like a U.S. history class or whatever, being taught that Jimmy Carter is the oldest surviving president, and then they showed an image of him like at a like at either at like at a yeah like a volunteering event or like something, right? Just he was out in the public and he looked bad already. He looked so bad already. And last week I was thinking, hey, he looked so bad then. What was he like now? Is he okay? How is he still alive? And it turns out he's being admitted in the hospice. So, dang, I shouldn't have thought that, I guess.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know he's still alive.
Yeah.
I thought the oldest president was like Barack Obama or something. That sounds weird, right? But like, I don't keep up with the presidents after they're out. You know.
Well,
like,
I think the oldest, aside from Carter, would be
Bush. Is he
Clinton.
still alive?
Clinton.
That's right.
It'd be Clinton.
Yeah.
That's weird to think about. Yeah, because H.W. Bush, Mister, I didn't know where I was on the day of President Kennedy's assassination. While you were head of the CIA. He
he's
died.
he's a busy man.
And then, true, very busy man. So it wouldn't be him, and I think Clinton was after that. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I don't keep up with a lot of history.
Yeah.
A lot of that type of history. I keep
Yeah.
up with like irrelevant stuff, dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. I keep up with dinosaurs. You heard of the Paleolithic era?
No.
No?
Wait, the Paleolithic? You're
It's
talking about the ones underwater, right? The shellfish.
No, I was trying to make up a word.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
no,
I didn't realize it was like an actual era,
Yeah,
or close to an era.
Paleos are like the shellfish that like everything evolved from.
Paleolithic, you're right.
Or I don't know if it's Paleolithic, but it's paleo something.
I think it is Paleolithic. Regardless, yeah, whenever there were just huge bugs like in the sea everywhere. I love that. I love bugs.
And now we eat them.
You would eat them?
Sea bugs.
You would eat, but
Well, I'm allergic to seafood, so I'd
really?
yeah. But I
Oh.
mean, I wasn't at one point, so I've had sea bugs like shrimp.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because that's what I say a lot too. I say that I don't eat crabs, shellfish, or like any shrimp or anything. For that reason exactly. They're like bugs of the sea, and I don't feel comfortable doing that.
And it's also a deadly sin.
It's true. In some
Repented, right?
I have actually no, because I've eaten crab maybe once.
Oh no! And you've never, not even for that. Well, I guess crab's okay, right? They only said shrimp.
Oh, you know what? No, I have had baby shrimp in the past.
Oh,
I,
that baby shrimp
I
too.
feel
That's even worse.
that's so bad. That's infanticide for shrimps.
They're watching you take the babies. They're like, no,
Oh,
Jimmy, no.
I'm sorry.
They're watching you like split the tail off. That's awful.
No, it's. I don't think that. At least the ones I've eaten, they don't come with tails.
Mm. Oh,
Um,
that's even worse.
I know it's really bad. That's why I don't eat them anymore.
Mm.
Like I don't eat shrimp, shellfish. To be fair, I want to reach a point where I don't have to eat any animal product anyways, right? Like vegan would eventually be the end goal, but until it becomes like more financially viable, and like easy to do, I guess. I'm still gonna be drinking milk.
Mm.
I'm still gonna be eating chicken because it's delicious, and there isn't an alternative that's like cheap, easy to deal with, easy to make, all that. So I'm sorry, chicken. I really am.
Oh, it's fine. I don't even like seafood. I think it's gross. I think it's gross to look at. It's gross to think where it came from.
I tried to eat sushi one time. I wasn't having it. After like my second, I chewed and ate the first bite, okay. And then going in for the second, I like almost vomited. It was not good. And it was like, it wasn't, just like this random run of the mill place, like gas station or whatever. It was just a normal restaurant, and
it was just on the menu.
It was just on the menu, and it just wasn't, it wasn't it for me.
Oh yeah, I mean, seafood's not for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do that. What other foods can you not do?
A lot of like texture stuff is my problem. You know what I mean? Like slimy, I guess. Anything that's how like fish has like an oil residue on it.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't do a lot of slimes. Like I can't really name something right now. Oh, pickles. Pickles are hard for me to do.
Really?
It's hard.
It's not the flavor. It's just the texture.
No, it's the flavor too.
Okay.
Like if it's on something, right? Like a chicken sandwich or like
yeah.
I can do like a small amount of pickles. I can handle it because the flavor's not bad, and then it kind of dissolves the texture because eating like other stuff,
other things with it, yeah.
But like just a pickle, those people who just eat like dill pickles out of a like a jar, yeah. I can't do that. It's gross. It tastes gross, and I just think it's like, the texture is weird.
Yeah, they are really low in calories though.
I didn't know that.
It's like for a whole pickle, it's like basically nothing. It's crazy because they're just pickled cucumbers, and I don't think cucumbers are super high in calories either. Yeah. So it's good. It's high in potassium.
I like cucumbers. I say that. I love cucumbers.
Really? I don't have cucumbers very often.
They taste pretty good. If you like, just all you got to do is just saute them.
Yeah.
They, like once they're softer.
Does that make them oily though?
No. Oh, well, I mean, I'd say it makes them watery.
Watery? Yeah, you're right. Watery.
I feel like pickles are like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know the difference, but it's like a little more slimy.
Like pickles in general are slimier. They're like soppier and like floppy.
Yeah. I don't know. I relate a cucumber to like a watermelon. When you bite into it, it's like watery.
Yeah.
But like I relate like a pickle to like, I don't know. What's something that's slimy?
Banana. No.
Bananas aren't slimy.
Oh,
they're kind of mushy though.
Yeah. How about like peaches? No,
I'd say those are more watery.
Watery? Really?
Like mandarins, oranges, peaches. I think those are all like watery types.
True. Stuff, Okay, what is slimy then?
I don't know. See, when you said like what don't I eat or like what I won't do, it's hard to think about. Because like if you put a bunch of foods in front of me, I can be like no, yes, no. You know what I mean?
But just thinking about it, you're like I don't know.
Because you never eat it.
Yeah.
So it's like you walk past it in the grocery store every day and you just, ooh, you know what I hate? Everybody's gonna hate me for this. This is gonna be the end of the podcast. We're getting canceled right here.
Getting canceled on episode 2.
Cheddar cheese.
Oh,
I hate cheddar cheese. It is like, it's not just cheddar cheese. It's how much cheddar cheese is on every single thing where we live.
That's true.
And how much is there? Like cheddar cheese is okay in a tiny amount. You don't need a lot at all. It's a strong cheese.
Yeah, it is.
People just slather cheddar cheese. I'm a big fan of other cheeses. I love mozzarella, love provolone, love Jack. You know what I mean?
What about blue cheese?
Well, you caught me on that one. I hate blue cheese.
No, I hate blue cheese too. It's okay.
Blue cheese, I'll put blue cheese below cheddar.
It tastes like vomit.
It does.
It actually unironically tastes like actual just vomit.
I went to have you ever had the market salad from Chick-fil-A?
That's exactly where I know it from.
It's they put blue cheese on that and it's the grossest thing. I always forget to ask for it off.
Again, last week I got the market salad at Chick-fil-A, and I specifically made sure to ask no blue cheese. I was like, "Does it come with any cheese?" It's like blue. I was like, "No."
Yeah.
No, because I had it one time with blue cheese, and even though I did my best to take out every single like bit of blue cheese I could find, it was still there, present. Like even just the essence of it was within the salad. And you can take a bite of the chicken, the lettuce, the strawberry, the apple, everything combined. You eat it, and there's blue cheese there.
It's so it doesn't even go with the flavor.
No,
of
it just tastes like you threw up in your mouth.
Yeah.
While you were eating.
Do you eat wings?
Yeah, I like wings.
You know there's people who eat their wings with blue cheese?
No, but I've heard of. I have heard of it. Yeah, you're right.
It's disgusting.
I don't know anybody who does it, but
I don't ever want to meet anybody who does it. You know, like that's
stay away from us, please.
Yeah, it's like a red flag. They probably walk in and their whole breath just melts everything in the air. You know what I mean?
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, it's like garlic, but worse.
But I like garlic. You like garlic?
Well, no, I'm saying like the breath.
Oh yeah,
effect.
Yeah. Mm.
I like garlic. Garlic's okay.
Have you ever like chopped garlic? Like,
no, I haven't.
Don't ever do. I started cooking with garlic recently. Right?
Okay.
Like fresh garlic, because usually everybody uses garlic powder. I'm the same. I guess I'm generalizing.
Really?
No, I would use garlic powder, and like like the little jar of like minced garlic.
Yeah.
But like recently, I was like, I'm gonna try fresh garlic, so I just got like a clove or like, I don't know, like a full thing. You know what I mean? And then split open, got a clove. I start chopping it up. This was like a month ago. My fingers smelled like garlic for like a week.
Dang.
And apparently it's because you have to be like very careful when chopping garlic, because like if you chop it wrong, juice can get like
exactly, that's what I was thinking.
It just lingers, and it's like every time I would just do this, because I put my hands on my face, like right here I'd be able to smell it, and I'd be like, I mean it smells nice because it's garlic, it's not like breath garlic.
Well, I don't like the garlic aroma like very much.
Mm-hmm.
I like the flavor. I like what it adds to food, but I don't think I could like the garlic smell just on itself.
A secret tip: pour some salt on your cutting board or like on the garlic piece. Cut it, and then just be very careful. Like just keep your fingers a little far back from where you're slicing.
Interesting.
The salt keeps the juice from like coming out and turning it to mush.
Yeah.
And then just don't touch it when it's cut. Just like use your spoon or knife to scrape it off the board.
Yeah. Yeah. Because anytime I cook or help cook, here, like, yeah, we use garlic cloves, right? We cut them up, but I never do it because I'm not good at cutting things.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way.
So I generally tend to stay away from it because I know, occasionally my mom will be like, hey, could you cook some, or like, could you help like cut some peppers for me or whatever? And I do, and I take so long doing it, and she's like, just let me see, like, watch this, make sure it doesn't burn or something. It's like, okay, I'm sorry.
I used to be like that too. Like I used to just take so long.
I'm an awful cook. I'm
not good either.
I like the thought of it because it's like, it's in a way, it's like modern day like alchemy. Like you're just making things. Like it's like potion making almost. Like you're just making something cool out of ingredients. But that's just the premise. What in like actual reality is chaos, it's confusing. It's like a set like a list of things you have to do. There's a recipe, but it's still like, so at least for me, in the moment, hectic, and like I'm trying to worry about this or think about doing this.
You're on a time limit too. You gotta like.
And I hadn't like planned properly because I thought, oh hey, the recipe's here. It's fine. I could do it, and I can't. And it's just not. I can't. I feel very overwhelmed when cooking all the time.
Oh, I understand.
Baking's a different story. Baking's fun. I love baking.
Baking's okay. I like baking.
Yeah.
I feel like baking gets very messy though.
It does.
It always involves flour.
Yeah. But it's fun. I enjoy baking. It's just that cooking actual food and meals is for me like it's a Herculean task. Herculean.
My biggest problem with cooking is that nobody says what temperature the stove should be at.
Yeah, they say high, low, medium, and then you're like, what does that mean?
Yeah, and then your stove has like a 1 through 10 on it, and you're like high 10, and then people are like very high, searing hot, but then they mean like 4, like that you want your pan to be searing, ripping hot when you put the chicken on it, and they want it to be like at 5, like
that. Yeah, that I think just comes with experience and like learning.
It really does,
or getting a feel for like what they would expect based on what you're cooking or whatever, which I just don't have. And really like even just making oatmeal. Like, put your
Put a tablespoon.
Yeah. But set the water to or the milk. In oatmeal's case.
You're talking about cooked oatmeal.
Yeah, would be like, set it to medium or for about this many minutes or until it's boiling or whatever. But like how boiling, like little bits of bubbles or just like a little bubble, little amount on the rim, or like the entire thing's frosty and about to fall over. Like what boiling
About to just explode on your
right?
face.
And then it then leave it on medium for another 5 minutes and stir until like it thickens or whatever. Which again, how thick? What I know mainly it's maybe to taste, but it's oatmeal and like you gotta make sure the oats are completely cooked.
There's got to be a standard,
right? And I just my brain just even just trying to get the words through for me to speak has like mushed my brain and made me
now that I think about it, I think baking is better because baking there is a standard.
Yeah,
people are like they have measurements. They're
and
like set the oven,
degrees
set the oven to 365. Let it warm up and then like or like put it in while it's still warming up. Like they have exact things and they're like 15 minutes exactly. And if you don't trust it, when this part starts getting brown, just take it out.
Yeah,
so good.
It's awesome, and cooking is just
cooking is chaos. But baking
chaos.
is peaceful.
Yeah, baking's relaxing. I love it. I mean, it's not relaxing.
Next TikTok idea for your channel.
True.
Put like a chaotic audio, like one half's chaotic and one half simple. Like me when I'm cooking, like dun, 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 dun.
That's true. Actually, I haven't made a TikTok since maybe the last time we did a podcast.
Oh no, you fell off?
I fell off. I broke my New Year's resolution.
We can get back on it,
Maybe. Yeah, I will. I for sure will. It's just I'm taking an extended break because I guess I burnt myself out after doing only a month and like a week of TikToks, which doesn't seem like a lot, but
that's a lot. That's a lot for me. I haven't done a TikTok in years.
Yeah,
maybe like 1 year, I guess.
Yeah, but it just feels weird to say that. It's like I feel burnt out from doing TikTok, even though it's just a few like a few seconds of a video for.
Why don't you try like once a week then, or twice a week?
Yeah. I talked to Ali about it, and she was just saying, you're probably burnt out, right? Just take a little bit of a break and then go back to it often, but not every single day to where you're stressing every single day.
Yeah, she gets it.
And it's not like fun, right? Because at the beginning it's fun. This is like the same like hole that so many, like the same pit that so many people fall into. The same speech so many people have given all the time. Beginning it's fun. You have ideas. You look at just random things throughout the day, and you're like, I could do something with that. Like this is easy. Like it's fun. There's like creative juices flowing. And then as time goes on, it's just, oh yeah, I have to do this today. I have to do this today. I haven't thought about it because I don't really want to. We're back. Camera stopped recording again. We'll figure that out if there is a solution to it.
I'm so sure
there definitely. But yeah, again, speech. Same speech people have been giving for ever. It's just, beginning it was fun. Eventually it just kind of became a monotonous task that you didn't want to do. And you just, you get burnt out. And taking a break and coming back to it is usually the solution, right? Just like, taking it easy for a while. So that's what I'm doing. I'll probably make one tomorrow or, in 2 days or something. But aside from that, yeah, that's where my state of the TikTok address is currently standing.
Oh yeah, for sure. So do you remember last week I was talking about some film contest thing where I was going to get paired up with random people.
Yeah,
right? I got paired up with them already. Okay. We had a meeting on Thursday, the day I got my Invisalign. Right?
Yeah,
I was in pain. I was meeting new people, but it was fine because they were chill, right? So I walk into the room and there's like 60 or 70 people in there. It was a crazy amount.
Really?
I was like, many people signed up, right?
That's insane.
And the leaders of the group already know the teams because each one has a group. Each leader has one they're going to supervise over.
Okay.
And we're all sitting down and they're like, okay, so these are your groups. It was like group 1 is this person. Group 2 is these people. 3, I'm group 4. We all meet up with our people. And you remember I said I applied for like the top 3 positions?
Yes.
Got one of them. I am not the director. I am not the DP or cinematographer.
You were the lighting guy.
I am the lighting guy. I'm the gaffer. I'm surprised you remember that. Yes. But I'm the gaffer and also I'm special effects makeup.
Really?
Do you remember what we did?
Oh my god. Yeah. That sounds dope.
Might be doing it again, right? And they showed the prompt. So every group. So last year, last semester, the way they did is every group had their own prompt. Okay. Like So like every film was different.
But now there's an overarching prompt that
Yeah.
everybody has to adhere to.
This year, the way it's going to work is there's 3 things everybody has to adhere to.
Okay.
1, every single person has. I'm sorry, 2, every single person has. It's this painting of like, it's like a religious painting of, I think, of like God, but below it there's 2 cherubs, like the baby angels.
Yeah.
And one of them looks kind of bored, like this, and the other one's just kind of like chilling.
Oh, is it the one where he's like looking over and his arms are like outstretched like
Yeah,
this?
I think that's the one. And like on the, you know what I'm talking about, underneath, it's like literally
he's
just,
like overlooking a cloud, and then there's just little baby angels on the bottom 2 corners.
that one. That's the painting, but like it's not the whole painting we're doing, just the bottom where the 2 cherubs are.
Yeah.
So the whole like theme of this has to fit in with that. The whole movie is about the 2 cherubs, and it's kind of up to interpretation.
okay.
What they said. So like you can do whatever you want, and then our directors span a wheel, like a Jeopardy wheel.
Yeah.
You know, and you get a number 1 through like 7. I think there was like 6 or 7 teams.
Wait, Jeopardy wheel.
It was just like a tiny one. You know
Wait,
what I mean?
no.
Or,
I don't think Jeopardy has a wheel.
Price is Right.
Price is Right.
Yeah, Price is Right.
Price is Right. Price is Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the one. I don't know. Whatever one has the spinning wheel is.
Yeah. I think it's Price is Right.
So we span it, right? And everybody gets a random prop. This prop has to be used in the film, and it has to be important. You can't just like put it in the background. It's got to have some sort of plot element to it.
Yes.
So the other teams got really cool props. I feel like we got scammed. Our group really loved it though, besides me.
Okay.
So the other groups got, I'll tell you what we got. We got a pair of sunglasses.
That's it.
That's it. That's what I said.
Like
I was
Ray-Bans or like just Walmart.
I mean, they don't have a brand. They're just their store sunglasses.
Okay, well,
And I
yeah,
was
that
like,
makes sense. But like the style, is it
They're
cool
like
sunglasses, or are they just like very basic like
they're
plastic?
okay. I mean, they're just kind of like square. They're like square, like they kind of look like yours, but like a little more squarish on the sides. You
Okay.
know? Like they have the top part, and then the bottom is open.
Yeah.
But I saw them, and
That's
I was like, sunglasses.
Yay.
That's awful. You know, like I don't see it. You know, so
Yeah.
then I see other people's prop. You know what other people got?
Like a sword.
One team got a baby doll.
Oh,
And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
I
that
was
is
like,
cool.
you can make something with that.
Yeah.
Another team got like an old phone, like a home phone, like a white old phone
with
that
a
you see.
dial that you have to spin and everything.
No, not like that. Like something you'd see like an office
Oh, okay.
or like the back rooms. You know,
the back rooms. Yeah.
I was like, that is so cool. Another team, like I don't know, they just got these really cool props that I was like, all we got was a pair of sunglasses. But my team loved it. They were like, oh, we can work with a pair of sunglasses. I'm not the writer, so I was like, yeah,
as
sure,
long as
you
they're
know.
excited, right? As long as it stimulates them creatively, then go for it.
Yeah, I was like, for sure. The third thing we have to adhere by, every group has to adhere by this too, is we have to like copy shots from like famous movies. I'm not a fan of this. I'm like
paying homage to movies.
They want us to do an exact replica. They gave us like 10 or 12 shot lists of like, I don't know, just nice looking movies like Drive, other Ryan Gosling incel type stuff. You know what I mean? Like film stuff, I guess.
Like film bro stuff?
Pretentious, yeah. Pretentious film bro shots. And I was like, I'm not a fan of that because I'm like, I mean, you can give us a prompt, you can give us a prop to use, but when you're telling us to like copy a shot exactly, like, I don't know.
I could see that, but I think if it is done well, it's like, you know, the story stands on its own. You're liking the work, you know, everything's cool. And then all of a sudden it's just like, bam, like this shot, like I recognize this, and then it moves on, and like, you know, you just get sucked back in. If it's done well, I think it can be very like a very fun experience, like a very novel thing, as long as, you know, it's not done like 7 times throughout a short film or whatever. But again, it does leave lots of potential to just flop.
Yeah.
Like, very, very heavily. And it's just like, oh, this is kind of bad.
Yeah.
Like the transition to this wasn't smooth. It's kind of garbage.
It's just kind of out of nowhere, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, I have no idea what we're doing yet. I just met the team. Everybody on it seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any problems with anybody. They're all like super cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm down to work with this. We're emailing each other and all that, group me, finding out times.
Nice.
That's pretty much it. That's where I'm at
Collaboration.
right now.
That's awesome.
I'll keep y'all informed as the process goes on. Eventually, there's gonna be a point where I'm probably like, "This is awful. I regret signing up for this because it's falling apart." You know.
I hate everybody here.
But I mean, that's how all films go, right? So we'll find out.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know. The only experience I've ever had with one is the one that we did. And that was like super easy. That was like a very, very relaxed process.
Well, on like, I guess I'd count this as kind of bigger because it's like 10 people.
Oh,
It's
for sure. It's a bigger production.
Yeah,
Definitely. But like that's the only experience I have with it. You know?
Everything falls apart eventually. Even on solo stuff, everything usually falls apart at some point. Like when we had to keep going back and like recording, like it just took longer than we thought. You
It
know?
did.
In my mind, I was like, oh, it fell apart. Like, you know?
That's like the whole I don't think it's an adage, but like the whole like car guy thing where it's like, you know, you think if you think something's gonna be easy when fixing a car, it's not.
Yeah.
There's gonna be so many unforeseen like issues or like small little bumps in the road that like make the what should be in theory like an hour job or like half an hour job into like a whole afternoon thing.
You know the life expectancy of an assistant director? An assistant director is the one who like plans all the
Like
times.
a lot of stress, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, 60,
I think it's lower than that.
67. What?
I'm pretty sure it's 40 something. I can look.
No shot.
I'm looking it up right now.
No way.
It might be 60. Let me look it up. I think it's
That would be crazy.
it's tiny. It's a tiny lifespan.
There's no way. I why would you even want to be an assistant director at that point?
Well, I mean, they enjoy doing stuff. It's 40 years old. Oh wait, no, hang on. That's the average age.
Oh, okay. Average age
52.
and average life expectancy. 52 is so bad.
52 is their average life expectancy.
God.
I'm telling you, everything will always fall apart, and it'll rely on them.
That makes sense.
I'm glad I'm not in that role. You know, I think I'd rather be doing other things
Yeah,
and living a longer life.
who's your assistant? Oh, not like who specifically, but like how's your assistant director so far?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think they were there at the meeting. There was like 3 or 4 people that weren't there in like every group, and it's just because they couldn't make it.
Yeah.
But, like they put us in the group meeting and they emailed the people ahead of time. So, I mean, I don't think the assistant director was there. But you know, it's fine. I haven't met them yet. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're gonna be stressed out.
Oh, definitely.
But I mean, I'm just here to listen. I'm just a worker now.
Yeah.
I'm under the creative head.
Yeah, you're just doing lighting and makeup.
Pretty much.
You
Somebody
don't
tells
gotta
me,
worry about anything else.
people tell me their vision, I make it happen. you
Yeah.
know?
But aside from that, it's like, yeah, you guys write, you guys direct, you guys do everything.
Mm.
Just let me know what I need to do.
I'll do my part, y'all do yours.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Which, you know, again, is a very it's a, how would you say? It's like an important thing in its own right.
Mhm.
Right? It's integral to like the actual production.
Oh, for sure.
And in some cases, like I honestly prefer doing that.
Mm.
Like in band, when given like a second or third part for my instrument, it was awesome. I
Yeah.
loved it because you don't have the stress of like having to meet a certain standard
Mhm.
with the primary part, right? Like the melody or whatever. And it's just background. It's just background. You still have to be strong, you have to be loud, you have to be heard. But the melodies or like the actual notes themselves they have to play are simpler.
Mhm.
You just make it sound more full, but you're still important. And
For
it's just it's awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I enjoy being like I guess a cog in the machine
Yeah.
almost. But I mean, I enjoy heading it sometimes.
Yeah, you enjoy having creative input, but still for the most part having the like actual important, very like critical things like heading, like people who head the story. You
Mhm.
prefer like sitting back and just like
Oh yeah. Seeing
still
their vision.
exactly right,
Yeah.
and helping in any way you can.
It's always fun to learn, you know?
Yeah, it is. But there is, you know, a time and place for your creative vision to also, you know, see the light.
Oh yeah. I learned about lighting in class today, so it was perfect. You know, they announced I was the gaffer. I learned about lighting. We'll see how it goes. My first lighting project, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to start somewhere, right? So
Exactly. So yeah, for anybody who's watching on video currently, hi, hello. The shirt I'm wearing right here is like 5 years old maybe, and this shirt that I'm wearing underneath it is like, again, 6-7 years old.
Yeah.
I still have the white shirt that I wore.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know where it's at. It's somewhere in my
You can
dirty
keep
clothes right now. I'm keeping it.
I was going to tell you I have your white shirt, the V-neck, but it's ruined. The latex sank in too deep.
Oh,
and
really?
Like every single time I wash my clothes, I keep it in there. Just maybe one day in case it changes.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
But
I
it's
don't
been
care.
like 8 weeks now. Like
Yeah.
that's like 8 washes.
It's fine.
It still hasn't come out, so
I don't mind. What was it anyways? I forgot what it was.
it was just a white shirt,
That was
the
it?
V-neck.
I don't remember ever having that. Which is weird.
Maybe you're just I mean, cuz I saw it right after we did it and it has latex on it, so I was like I'm assuming this was his shirt. I think it was when we first started. Do you remember I was like, you should probably change into this shirt, but
Yeah.
we'd already started.
Yeah.
Oh no! That's not what it was. When we started putting latex on you, I was like, you should change into this shirt, and then you put mine on, and you put yours in your lap.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, because
That
you
was
were
dumb.
like, you didn't want to get it on your jeans.
Oh yeah. Wait, you are right about
But
that.
I assumed it was my shirt because I was like, but I didn't know it was yours. And by the time I washed it, it was like already in.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't ask for this back.
No, that's okay. I forgot it existed.
But
If I'm being
that's,
completely honest.
that's the first honorary jersey swap. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I occasionally do wear the shirt that I actually wore for the film.
It's comfortable.
Yeah, it's super comfortable. It's just, like a run of the mill Gildan shirt,
Yeah.
but I love it.
Mhm.
It's just so comfortable, and you could wear it underneath anything.
You already know. You already know. I gotta rep it. You know.
Yeah, it's dope. Gildan. Hello,
And Hanes.
and Hanes.
Respect Hanes too.
Fruit of the Loom.
No,
No,
I'm not a fan of their shirts. Have you had their shirts?
I've never had their shirts. I was thinking underwear.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
like
Underwear.
you said Hanes, and I know Hanes does shirts and they do socks and they do all that.
Mhm.
But my experience with Hanes has been primarily underwear, so I immediately made a connection. Fruit of the Loom.
I'm just talking about their white shirts, but I mean, Fruit of the Loom underwear. I haven't used them.
Really? What do you use?
I used Hanes, and that's pretty much it. Just Hanes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I don't use Gildan. I don't. I'm a Hanes guy. You know.
Yeah.
But I have like the multiple variations of it. Like I have their briefs. I have their like boxers. I have their like workout ones where it's like
have never worn boxers before.
loose ones.
Never.
They're not that good.
No, well, okay, that's a lie.
Mhm.
Never never, at least in the past decade and a half. Like, for the past 15 years, I have not. As a child, maybe I wore like one pair one time
Mhm.
and then never again. Because they're not.
It's for me. I use them for different things, right? My briefs,
Yeah.
for every day.
Yeah,
you know,
every
and
day, yeah.
Because it's like it compacts it. You know, nothing's hanging, nothing's swinging,
And it's
just,
breathable.
it's breathable. For boxers, like the loose ones,
They suck.
yeah, for clothes.
Yeah.
If I'm just at home and I'm not doing anything that day, boxers all the way.
Really?
Because you can wear like looser clothes. You can wear like pajamas, and there's like no stress. It's very breathable too.
Yeah.
But if you wear like I don't know, like what you're wearing, like sweats or like what I'm wearing, I mean, these aren't even that tight, but they're a little bit, small around the thigh.
Yeah.
I guess I have some big thighs. Probably not really, but I mean, like it'll bunch up,
It will. Yeah, it's kind of like wearing like almost a pair of like short shorts underneath them.
Yeah. Which I mean, boxers go well with shorts when you're on a day off. Like if you're just around the house. Like I said, I think boxers are just for days off.
That makes sense.
You put a pair of shorts, you put some like loose pajamas.
I honestly,
you can chill.
I feel like at that point I would just not wear anything underneath the sweats and the pajamas. It's
Some
just
people prefer that.
just go commando. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's a pair of pants, and then if you want to be like actually relaxed and just like have it be loose and very breathable, just wear nothing.
I think boxers are made out of the worst material out of all of them too.
Again, I have incredibly limited experience with this, but from the experience that I have had with it, it's been very unpleasant, not nice, and it feels like garbage.
Yeah, it does. Well, like I said, when you're wearing the wrong, I guess.
Yeah. No, but even just like putting them on by themselves, they're cold.
Yeah.
They just don't feel good. I don't understand why in this modern day, when you have boxer briefs out the wazoo everywhere, why you just don't wear those.
No, I mean, yeah, I get you. I'm just a man of different tastes. I like to experience variety. You know what I mean? I'm a
I respect that.
big fan of everything. Have you ever tried a jockstrap?
I had to wear one for my Spider-Man suit.
Oh, you did?
For my Spider-Man costume. Because if you could see any other like underwear line.
Yeah, the lining of it.
Jockstraps were the way to go in terms of having to be is like least visible as possible.
And how did it feel? Those things are supportive.
They're very supportive. I was still I don't know. I don't think I'd wear it again. I don't think I'd wear them again unless I were to put the suit on again.
Yeah. What about like when you go to the beach or something?
No.
Or not like just the jacket. I mean like underneath swim trunks.
No. I don't think I'd do that either. I could see that being a use, but that never even occurred to me. It was always just wear it for the suit because it's like the least noticeable thing.
Yeah.
And that's it. Because it's very multifaceted. It could be used in many different cases and scenarios
Mhm.
and like use cases, but for me, I can't. I don't know. It's just yeah, it's not for me. What about you? Have you ever worn them?
No, I have
No,
not. But I've worn very, very tight,
I
like
have to.
basically jockstrap level briefs.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I
Support's crazy.
the
Very good
support
sport.
is crazy. It just I I I find it gets like a little tiring at a certain point.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's when I put on my boxers.
And you put on your box.
I will say there's one type of like, I guess undergarment. I don't know if you count it, that I will never rock with in my life,
What is it?
and it is the netting swimming trunks. I hate the netting so much. You know what I'm talking about?
Um, short wise, like
Swimming
swim
trunks.
trunks,
Yeah,
like swim shorts.
yeah, swim shorts. You know how they sometimes they come with netting.
Yeah, I don't.
I hate it.
I
Like
hate it
I
too.
have to wear something underneath because the netting is so
Well,
uncomfortable. You
I
will
don't.
wake up with like a rash the next day.
Yeah, I just wear usually if I were to be like in a pool or
Mhm.
at the beach and I were to be going in the water. It's just briefs underneath for me,
Yeah,
right? I don't think I would ever be able to wear just the shorts. Do people do that?
you're supposed to do that. That's what the netting's for.
I didn't realize that.
Well, if they have netting. If they don't have netting, you're supposed to wear something. But most swim trunks have netting. You know,
Yeah,
so like you're supposed to just wear the swim trunks and the netting supports you.
I didn't realize that.
It is so uncomfortable. I did it once, never again.
That does sound like a nightmare.
It is. I mean, but then again, like swimming with briefs on is kind of a nightmare. Very stick to you. You
They
know.
do stick to you, but I honestly don't mind it
Yeah,
because
you get used to it.
that only really happens whenever you're outside the water. While you're inside the water, it's still like at least a little looser,
Yeah.
right? It loosens up a little bit, and it lets you move around freely until you stand up and you're just like okay, just like waddling.
When you pull out the pool and like your shorts just start going down into the water and you know.
Yeah, yeah, and then you just feel like twice as heavy.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
it's nice, but
It
not the netting though.
no, not the
I'm not
netting.
rocking with netting at all.
I I want to go to a pool to be in a pool just to float in a body of water so bad. I haven't done it in years, and I miss it. I miss it very very much.
Airbound trip or what?
Glitterbond, maybe.
Perhaps.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like hearing horror stories about um like horror stories that have happened at swim parks.
Oh, people
It's
drowning or something?
no like getting seriously hurt or decapitated
Wait, what?
has like ruined them for me.
I I've never heard about any of these stories.
Like people like getting like seriously hurt or dying or whatever like at different swim parks.
Mhm.
Um I don't know how many of those would be like parks that were either like just borderline, unsafe or like unregistered or licensed or whatever you would call it.
Yeah.
Like, allowed to operate. And how many were legitimate businesses that just like had very tragic things happen at them. But water is unpredictable, man.
It is. It
Like
is.
the slides and the things you go down and the tubes and all these things. Like every single person has a different reaction to it depending on their height, their weight, the way they're sitting, everything. And it's so unpredictable. And yes, it's safe within a certain margin, but how do you know you're not exceeding that, right? I don't know if I could ever bring because I've never done it before. I've never
Mhm.
been to a water park before. Or I don't
Really?
think, no, I've never
Like
been
ever?
to. No.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
besides SeaWorld, maybe one time. Also, screw SeaWorld.
Well,
Awful.
I was gonna tell you, I don't go down slides on water parks.
Yeah.
Like there's like things like wave pools and lazy rivers.
I've never been to the wave pool.
Those are very fun.
Yeah. It seems
wave
fun.
pools
I
can
love
be a
it.
bit scary though if you're like up in the front.
Yeah, I could see why.
Yeah. But I mean, I went down a slide once, never again, because I felt the exact same way you're talking about. It was an open slide too, so like the
Oh.
top was open and it was
Oh,
just a
that's
straight
terrifying.
down, right? So I'm at the top. Sorry, I'm at the top, right? And this thing's huge. I know my finger looks tiny, and I'm like right here, and the guy's like, "All right, go," and I go, and I'm like floating in the air, like going down like this for like
Jesus
I
Christ.
felt like 3 whole seconds. It was probably like half a second, and then I
Yeah.
hit it, But even when I hit it, I wasn't touching the bottom of the pool. I was like floating on the water.
Yeah.
I felt so unsafe.
No, yeah, because you're just gliding over like a pool that's diving almost straight down. It's just how yeah how
Never again.
that is awful. I've been on a few water slides before, like inflatable water slides or whatever,
I
like
mean,
very
yeah.
tame things.
Those are fine.
Very very tame things. And maybe one time like at a somewhat large one, not really large though, just like what you would expect a decently sized water slide to be, like at a pool at a resort in Disney World. when I was like 6 or 5. Yeah, it was fun. Like that experience with water slide was cool because it wasn't super huge, and even though I didn't know how to swim, I had like either my uncle or my dad there to catch me whenever I landed in the pool,
Yeah.
and they just dragged me out, and then there I go running over to do it again because it was fun. It's just any super steep, crazy ones with like all these twists and turns and like all these ridges that you can like bump yourself on. I can't. I
Do
could
not
never.
recommend it. Don't even bother. I mean, from my first, you could try. From my
I don't
personal
know.
recommendation,
I'm never gonna try.
don't bother.
No, I've never been a Schlitterbahn, and I don't. But aside
You
from
should
doing
go.
the wave pool
No, I
and
mean,
the
like,
lazy river, I would not do anything else there.
Go to the one in New Braunfels. Like, I will go with you because they have some stuff that's not slides at all. Like, it's just fun water stuff. The parks and like they'll have like squirt guns. Like, it's nice. It's very fun in my opinion. Other people would go like they'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go on the slides. You want to come? And I'd be like, no, I'm just gonna chill in the river part. You know,
have fun getting
decapitated.
Yeah.
I'm getting like atomic wedgied because your shorts get caught on the slide. You know.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I was just chilling. It was very nice. I thought it was very peaceful. It was honestly my favorite water adventure ever.
Okay. One last thing to end this off. Have you ever peed? How many times have you peed in a pool?
I've never peed in a pool.
You've never peed in a pool?
Have you? Please.
I don't think I've ever peed in a pool. But I have.
You're saying I don't think like you I mean, you could pee. I'm not gonna judge you. But...
No.
All right, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. But like, no, I've never peed in a pool.
Okay. Well, I've never peed in a pool, but I have also. Yeah. Sorry, video listeners. It's just gonna be a blank screen for the rest of the time. Don't worry about it though. It will be fixed next time. Yeah. Audio listeners, there's no difference. It's just a camera cutout again. Don't worry about it. I don't think I've ever peed in a pool, but there was a school water day one time where I really had to hold in my pee, and I didn't want, or I really had to pee, and I'd been holding it in for a while because I didn't want to like waste any time actually experiencing the water day, and went through the slide. Yeah. So metronome's on. That's great. Okay. So audio listeners, turns out you're not safe. You just reached the end of our recording window in GarageBand. So, camera just closed. Great.
What's going on right now?
So, no, you also experienced a cut for no reason. You're welcome. But yeah. Okay. So, water day at school. Didn't want to waste any time, and was really holding in pee. So, after one of my times going down the slide, I stand up and my bladder just lets go. So I pee myself, not in the pool or anything. I just wet myself standing up.
But no one can tell, right?
No one could tell because your shorts are wet. But someone did recognize the smell of pee as they were close by me.
The ammonia.
So the ammonia, yeah. So I had to also pretend like I was smelling it too. And be like, it's just one of these kids. Like
you should hit him with that. Whoever smelt it, it was probably you, bro.
No, there's not. I wasn't that kind of kid. I was just like, yeah, you're right. It does smell weird. Guess someone peed themselves, but not me.
Yeah.
So there was that time, and also my first time. The only other time I think I peed myself in like a water kind of setting, as a grown person at least, is in the ocean. This past summer.
Oh yeah.
But the amount of nerve I had to work up to get myself to just like pee.
And you're just kind of sitting there and everyone's like, what? Like nobody even notices.
I had to just like move around, but then distance myself from Allie because I was there. And I told her I really had to pee and there was no restrooms. Like, what should I do? She's like, just pee in the ocean. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, just everybody's done it. I've done it plenty of times. Just pee in the ocean. And I was like, okay, all right. But again, like I said, the amount of nerve I had to work up.
I think I have peed in the ocean.
Maybe. It feels like everybody has.
Yeah, that's a common thing.
Yeah. I never had up until that point, but again, I don't really go to the ocean very often. I wouldn't know. But yeah, it's just it was such a foreign thing, just peeing, no bushes, no toilet, no
just
urinal.
In front of people, but they don't even know.
It just floating, like surrounded by tons of people, or and just a bunch of water, and maybe like random fish passing by, and you just let loose. It's so weird. it took me a good like 10 minutes before I could comfortably like loosen up my muscles enough to let it just go.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Mhm.
But it wasn't bad. It's just it was bad, but it wasn't bad.
Mhm.
Awesome contradiction, dude. It the 10 minutes it took was bad, but
Mhm.
the actual experience was fine. Will I do it again? Probably, but
It happens.
only if I have to pee really desperately, like I did
Mhm.
at that moment in time.
Yeah, no. I mean, I would say like peeing in the ocean's fine. Peeing in a pool, it's only fine if it's an accident, like you were saying, like what happened to you.
Yeah.
You know, like if it's a must-have.
But if
I'm
it's
not gonna judge you.
intentional, it's like,
But
dude, what's wrong with you?
there was one time I was swimming in, I don't know if it was either a water park or a pool, and like, man, I have to pee. I'm gonna go pee real quick. And like the guy I was swimming with was like, just pee in the pool, man. It's fine. I promptly never hung out with him again. That was the last time he ever saw me.
That's awesome.
It was disgusting.
Well, no, it is disgusting.
Yeah.
But it's
I
just
didn't even get back in the pool after that. I went to go pee and I was like, oh, my parents are here to pick me up because I texted them. You know, I waited in the restroom. I was like, dude, like, why would you say that? You know, like,
that's so bad.
it was gross. I was like, and I don't know. I think about that every time I'm in someone's pool. I'm like, do I trust them enough that they didn't pee in this thing? You know?
Do I know that they don't like? Can I reasonably assume that they do not wet
If
the pool?
If I dive in
often.
and this water gets in my mouth, you know, am I catching something? You know,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I mean,
Did you know that? Or I've at least I've heard this.
Mhm.
And this will probably be one of the last things you cover because going way over the time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good
It's a good
conversation.
thing. It's a
good
good thing.
conversation. This
Yeah.
has been an awesome episode. So
yeah,
far.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. That apparently whenever you smell chlorine in a pool, it is not the smell of the chlorine itself, but it's the smell of the chlorine being activated by people's and bacteria.
Why would you say? No, that can't be true.
Yeah.
That cannot be true.
I think so.
Because
that's what I've heard at least.
No, that can't be true because I have a pool in my backyard. Or I used to have a pool in my backyard in my old house.
Okay.
And it was like nobody would swim in it and it would always smell like chlorine.
Okay, maybe not.
I don't think that's true.
Maybe it's just like the dust and the dirt. And
I have heard there's another smell though that's supposedly arrives.
Really?
Or some people have like certain elements or chemicals in their pool that you can see when someone pees. Like the water will turn a dark color.
Yeah. Hold up. I want to look this up just to make sure. Just to make sure I wasn't like completely gaslighting every
No, you're good.
or trying to gaslight.
See, I worry about that when I go to water parks, but at the same time, like there's so much water in the water parks and the chlorine will like dissolve any kind of like thing. Like it kind of goes away after a while, you know, because like it's kind of inevitable. Somebody's gonna pee in the pool if you go to a water park, but you know, it's just the way it is. But I do definitely recommend you go to a bigger water park. Don't go to a small ones. The small ones are all slides, you know. But the bigger water parks are all like, you know, lazy rivers. They'll have wave pools. They'll have other things.
Yeah.
But I recommend it for sure. It's very fun, and it's nice to be out in the sun.
I see. Yeah, I agree. I do like being out in the sun, but only to a certain extent because I'm today I've spent a total of maybe 10 minutes out in the sunlight, and it's dark already, so no more of that today.
Hey, 10 minutes is good.
The 10 minutes, yeah, you know, yeah, I needed it because man, diverging for a second, you know, I did a lot of writing last night and today, and you know, just hunching over, typing on something for a while, staring at little text for hours on end, didn't make me feel well. And whenever I walked outside for a second to clear my head and to relax, to take a break for a second, my eyes had to adjust for at least like 5 minutes to my surroundings. Everything was weird for a little. So awesome. Also, according to NPR.org, chlorine reacts with urine to form a host of potentially toxic compounds called disinfection byproducts. Wait, this isn't. This has nothing to do with it. This is talking about chlorine gas.
It forms mustard gas if you pee in a pool, so it kills everyone in there. You know.
Yeah. Okay. For this Water Quality and Health Council, waterandhealth.org, it is true that the more urine there is to combine with chlorine, the higher the level of unwanted smelly chloramines in the pool. So it accentuates the smell of the chlorine.
This makes me feel disgusting because like I'm thinking about it now and I'm like, maybe that pool in the backyard only smelled like chlorine because somebody else was peeing in it every time they'd go in there, and it just kind of stayed there, right? Because the water is not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh my god! Wow, I'm having a revelation. What a way to end the podcast. You know?
Oh yeah, what a way to end. Yeah, speaking of ending, ending the episode.
Of course.
This was very fun. I had a good time.
Me too. Me too. If
Yeah.
your pool smells like chlorine, keep an eye out. There might be somebody coming in there.
Yeah, check your ring cameras.
Yeah, your backyard ring cameras.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.